This week is going to be a very interesting one for the silver markets, for the gold markets, and precious metals in general. We're looking tonight at the factors behind silver's massive rise over the past couple of weeks and months. We're going to be speaking about this, looking at what could be coming next, and some of the most exciting pieces of news, as we have some estimates that silver's price could be rocketing way higher than where we are at now. We're going to be speaking about that and a lot more over the course of the video. If it sounds good, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. At the same time, you can find more content behind the scenes on Patreon, where I speak about stuff in a lot more detail. Lots of videos over there. I'd like you to also remember that this is not financial advice and I am not a financial advisor. But yeah, coming straight over here, silver, people have a lot of hopes for it this week. One of the biggest things that we hear in terms of sentiment is the potential for the price to rocket way higher based simply on historical levels. Now, the highest price for silver ever apparently was not $50. It was $1.90. Now, what is the meaning behind this? Well, it's actually quite simple. The highest silver price was recorded in the 1980s, around $50 on the chart. But if you adjust that for inflation, it's about $190 an ounce. Gold just hit its highest previously record inflation-adjusted price this year. We are hoping that silver will follow. That really is a powerful point and perhaps something to pay attention to by itself. You're looking at a market now where, silver just has not seen the major gains that we have seen in gold. And you factor that into the future, you factor that into the way that things are moving, you've got to ask the question, right? You've got to ask the question, do we have the ability to see the same sort of a bounce? You come over here to the charts as well, some of the news I should say, and you can see that the demand surges massively to 50% of annual global production. This is just the way things are going. The demand for silver seems to be increasing on two fronts. You've obviously got the real world use case, it's needed in electronics and other fronts, but then you've got the other element of it, which is simply the fact that you're going to be seeing a lot of people likely coming into this one or having a lot more interest in this one as an investment. Right? And you see perhaps a lot of that already in it with the way things have been going over the past couple of weeks. But really, when you factor things in a bit more broadly, are people as interested? Have people caught onto this one yet to the same degree as they have with gold? Obviously, it's one of those things where only time will tell. Now, at the same time, coming over here, I'm going to type in SLV to look at... In fact, no, let's type in silver, right? Let's just go for silver. And if you have a look for silver price per ounce, you're obviously seeing that major rocket in the past couple of days. Zoom out to 3 month, you can just see the major growth that we have seen over here. Now, factoring that in, you may see this continue to run for the time being, but I think you also do have that possibility of seeing a small drop that could take us down to the $45 to $44 range. I think another thing that people are failing to acknowledge is what a big week this is going to be for markets in general. This week we are looking at a week where we are looking at job reports which could potentially make or break Fed rate cut dreams, and that amongst a lot of other factors is going to have a big influence on how markets continue to move. We're seeing these markets really rocketing over the past couple of months. Stocks, that is, S&P 500 really coming up to all-time highs over the last couple of weeks and months. I think as time goes on, as people are seeing what is happening in the broader economy, you are having more genuine concern creeping into indexes, stocks, tech stocks, and other key assets of that nature. You've got to ask the question now as to whether that interest, whether that concern rather, is actually going to translate and come over here to silver. I think either way, it is set to be a very interesting week for silver markets, for metal markets in general, and for a lot of other commodities. We're going to be speaking about this a lot more over the next week or so, guys. Thank you for watching the video. I hope I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now.